the players talking to the DM. You've done great work here, keep it up. The group and I are so proud of you and all you've done. I have them all fooled. They have no idea that I'm actually a dumbass. Hey everybody, Cave Disintegration Line here, welcome to another DnDMemes video. How are you guys doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day today. Before jumping into it, I wanna quickly kindly ask you if you wanna take one moment to smash the like button. Takes a second, helps out a lot, so thanks so much for doing that. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Paladin. I love her. DM. Damn it. Because you offended her, the Warlock's patron curses you. Crap. From now on, your Find Steed and Find Greater Steed spells will only summon Lady Marshmallow. What? He casts Find Steed, I guess, to figure out what what that means. And yeah, then that is a fitting name. Wish is the best spell for a reason. DM. The villain strikes you down, laughing as your attacks bounce off of his armor. It was forged from the scales of a fallen great worm, he claims. No mortal magic can penetrate it. Sorcerer. I'll have to cast Wish. To kill him? To teleport yourself to safety? No. I reach out, touch his armor, and cast Resurrection. Okay, this is creative, I like it, Jesus. They might be left with another little problem after the villain is gone, but you gotta take risks, right? Lawful Evil versus Lawful Good. Dice prison for bad dice that roll bad rolls. Does this facility actually rehabilitate dice so they can be successfully reintegrated into society? Or does it simply punish them in a way that further removes them from good rolling habits and leads them down a road of crit fail after crit fail, eventually returning them to the penal system? Asking some really good questions there, Mr. MM. It requires attunement. Last session, I gave out a custom legendary magic item that becomes an overpowered staff when the druid holds it, or a badass spear when the fighter holds it. Now they just have to decide who gets to carry it. Oh god, yes please. It's occurred to me that Bingo Night or Bridge Night at the Senior Center will probably be D&D night when we get there, and now I'm ready to retire. It's just a scarecrow, nothing to be afraid of. Player. I'm going to play a Wordforged Bard with the actor feed with a crow familiar. DM. The classic robot that loves art and animals trope? Yeah, no, that's not the one. Way of the Landlord. How DMs think their party will make their monks, and then the reality of that. It's not terrible, could have been worse. A group idea made up of boring characters. Stepping on a trap and learning to be careful. Meticulously testing everything with a 10-foot pole and disarming every trap. Intentionally tripping and evading every trap in the dungeon for the sole reason of spiting the DM. Or just mining your way through the dungeon because you're a party of dwarves. I think the last one is actually the best one. Jesus. Can you imagine if you had a party full of dwarves and every dungeon they go into, instead of just taking the normal route, they just start digging? Please, I have no money. Me, desperate for custom NPC portraits. Open commissions. And yeah, literally hundreds of dollars per portrait. See, I think this is a nice point of why, you know, being able to generate AI art at such a high quality now is a nice thing. Because like I don't know, for a lot of people it's not affordable to make so many portraits of so many custom characters and whatnot, right? But it can be pretty okay to make them with AI most of the time, depending which one you use. It can actually be pretty good. It's probably not gonna be as good as a custom commission that you can also modify afterwards if you want something different or whatever. But at the same time, the price difference would be pretty big for that, right? Homebrewing can be rough sometimes. Me, after proofreading my 4th saved draft and realizing I forgot to give the ice creature immunity to cold damage. This is fine. DM's Nightmare. A new D&D player and okay. I wanna play a mystic. I think I will cause problems on purpose. The wizard who lives by the coast. Wizard of the coast, singular, when they see an artist's signature. Delete, delete, delete. Okay, dude. Welp, there goes half my spell slots. Boss uses legendary resistance against a spell. The wizard and the sorcerer literally not caring at all about that. And then there's the warlock, unfortunately, poor guy, poor little guy. The jig is up to Electric Boogaloo. Bounty hunters trying to spy on the party using scrying, and the party wizard with blind sight knowing full well what they're doing. The jig is up. God damn it, I've seen part 2 before part 1, come on. the bounty hunter using scrying, and the fighter with blindsight. Yeah, okay. Don't forget bardic inspiration for rhyming. You are the eternal DM. What is preventing you from making the next session a musical episode? Why would you not do that? You always have the choice. No, please don't. Player discussion that I had. It was pretty fun, not gonna lie. Telling the DM that, raw, you can't target my echo with spells because it counts as an object. And the DM replying that, siege monster. The creature deals double damage to objects and structures. See, this is what happens when you bring a pistol to a bazooka fight. You just can't win that. I am begging you to stop interrupting the monologue with jokes. How you picture the final battle with the big bad evil guy in your head, and how your players see it in game. I mean, close enough. DM. You find a scroll describing the freshwater clam farming methods of the Hobbin. Player. Hell yeah! Have all your lore in a Google Docs link and borderline beg your players to read it. Have lore documents be part of the loot table and drip feeding just enough that they want more. Have most lore knowledge provide an in-game benefit, accidentally starting a metagaming black market of players hoarding all the information they can. Dumb stats be like, bitches tell me to up my charisma. Well, I can't cast spells without fingers now, can ya? You nerd. Enemy caster trying to cast Finger of Death on the Lizardfolk Barbarian, and the Lizardfolk Barbarian with Mage Slayer in melee range. Well, that was not a good idea, was it now? I think we can agree in hindsight that was a bad idea. Say the line, Bart. They're not called Wizards of the Coast when the Barbarian and Fighter wants to rage in Heavy Plate, and Wizards of the Coast when the Wizard Fighter wants to cast spells in Heavy Plate. You fools. The players talking to the DM. You've done great work here, keep it up. The group and I are so proud of you and all you've done. I have them all fooled. They have no idea that I'm actually a dumbass. Well, as long as they can't tell you're a dumbass, that means you're probably not a big enough dumbass, which is probably a pretty good thing for you. My players, for literally no reason whatsoever. Me, the DM, and the players with... I asked the big bad evil guy... and I flirt with the goddess of death. Okay, then roll a wisdom save. Wizard, cleric, sorcerer and warlock all pointing to the raging barbarian. What you have are spell slots, and the hope that when your spell slots will be empty, I no longer will be standing. Because if I am, you will be dead before you short rest. Regarding the new playtests, some are hit, some are miss. Warlocks can use intelligence, wisdom or charisma for spellcasting. They are now half-casters. The real boss fight is character customization. Thinking about switching to Pathfinder and actually making a character in Pathfinder 2nd edition. I have yet to do that, but it can't be that bad, right? It can't be that bad, right? But why a Warlock? They only have 4 spell slots. The Warlock who just banished the Lich to the bottom of hell, and the party who had no idea she could do that. Well, you live and you learn. Looks like I might have to do this the non-magical way. I'd like the spell Identify. I'll ask my DM if they enforce material components. For you specifically, yes. My plus 15 investigation. Is that all you got, motherfucker? That would be really rude though, like someone asking if they enforce that and the DM doing it specifically just, you know, to that player. I don't know even why, just to spite them for no reason? Just because they asked, or I don't know. Feel like we're not asking the important questions here. Casters eventually become stronger than martials, right? Yeah, but at what levels does this usually happen? 3, 10, 17, and then they fight between each other, alright. Fighting noises. Just wanted new players to know that after a recent campaign I ran. This is a Demogorgon. This is not. Happened yesterday and I'm very proud of myself. When the teacher finally asks you what the average roll of a 6-sided dice is. My time has come. They could ask you so many dice questions and you would know the answer of all of them. God damn. Highlight of the session. An ancient draconic prophecy doxed one of our party members. Party on a rescue mission and the kidnappers. I'm gonna pay you 6,000 gold pieces to f off. Tyranny assassin when the rest of the party considers taking the money. Professionals have standards. You just gotta give it a bit more pizzazz. I used blindness deafness on the big bad evil guy. Legendary resistance, it doesn't work. I use blindness deafness on the big bad evil guy. He chuckles as many demonic looking eyes open all over his armor. You'll have to try a bit more than that, he says. Yep, words. DM. You find a book in the chest. Barbarian player. I try to read it. Roll for intelligence. Rolls a natural 1. Yeah, this is definitely ink. Shouldn't that be standard for your intelligence roll? Like if you can understand common and if you have intelligence or whatever language it's written in and you have intelligence higher than, I don't know, whatever threshold, shouldn't you just be able to read it without having to roll for it? It seems really random to make players roll for reading if they have the capability to read. Not the character that I've played yet, just an idea I've had. The party listening to my war cleric talking about how many soldiers he killed back in the war, and them learning he was a combat medic. Guys, the villain is obviously the farmer. The DM internally screaming, knowing that the mayor is secretly a vampire. The big bad evil guy could be anywhere, and then the big bad evil guy, you know, really standing out among the crowd. Okay, what gives? Why the Matt Mercer favoritism? Echo Nightfighter can teleport themselves as a bonus action, can attack from the Echo's space, can use the Echo to make one more attack, only con times per long rest. Echo only has 1 hit points, iffy on whether Echo can carry people, and gain the ability to see through the Echo. Consensus, top tier fighter. Wildfire Druid can teleport their party as a bonus action, can cast spells from their spirit space, can use their spirit to make one more attack, as long as their spirit is out. Spirit has like 30 hit points at level 5, Spirit can grapple and carry PCs through the air, and gain extra spells and can heal and hurt more. Consensus, mediocre druid. I'm not an expert on the matter, but I would assume, you know, it's not the fact that they can do more or less the same things. It's comparing the fighter is top tier because compared to what other fighters can do, this one is top tier, and the druid compared to what other druids can do, it's not that special or useful or whatever. But this would probably be a longer argument, and this is just a short memes video, so let's just move on. My fighter got shut down for 3 turns and even got attacked by the boss, but still finished the fight without a scratch. XP to level 3. My child will not deprive the party of their agency in combat. Our DM. 5th level person hold person, sorry. Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust. Begone, unholy abomination. As you approach the fire, the charred bones begin to rise and approach you. The paladins going first and second in initiative order. Got to get those masteries in somehow. Don't mind me. Just your average 1 D&D fighter taking a quick break. Jesus Christ. No, yeah, okay, cool. Sometimes you just gotta have a lot of weapons, you know, you don't know when you're gonna need it. They still do dice-based damage. Party gets captured and gets their weapons taken away. The monk, the Soulblade Rogue, the Tabaxi, and the Aarakocra. None of them care about stuff like that. What's he do? Nibble your bum? Party gets hired to stop a killer rabbit rampaging across the countryside. The rabbits they think they're dealing with, and then the rabbit they're actually dealing with. Alright, on that note, that's gonna be it for today's video, so thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did and subscribe for more if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, as well as YouTube, I treat lots of benchmarks for those. Links below if you wanna check them out, as well as links to the social media, subreddit, Discord, anything else. And yeah, that's it, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, bye!